Do you want to win Connect 4 consistently? Well, this video will teach you everything you need to know to win. Number 1. Basic traps. Most beginners will consistently try to make Connect 4. This is a common mistake. By simply making incomplete Connect 4s, or 3 in a rows, that cannot be finished, you can create what I like to call traps. These formations threaten a particular spot so that if your opponent was to go in the wrong column, you could complete your 4 in a row, winning the game. Traps come in all shapes and sizes. It's a trap as long as it can make Connect 4 if your opponent makes a wrong move. Number 2. Forks. An easy way to beat beginners is with a fork. A fork is a 3 in a row that directly threatens 2 squares. This will guarantee a win. As you see, your opponent cannot block both sides at once. They are forced to pick one, leaving you with a win. There are many ways to do a fork, but as long as a 3 in a row is simultaneously threatening 2 slots, it's a fork. Number 3. Double Traps. Most individuals will not simply blow your traps letting you win. The solution to this is to threaten 2 slots on top of each other. This can be done by simply stacking 2 traps or using different kinds of traps to threaten them. But if you can get trapped slots stacked on top of each other, you're guaranteed to win. Let me explain. Normally, in a game, you don't want to simply activate your own traps. Then your opponent would block your 4 in a row, and it would be pointless. But if you have 2 trap slots on top of each other, you can blow your own trap. If your opponent blocks, you can place a piece on top of them, giving you a Connect 4. Number 4. Opening strategies. Being one move ahead of your opponent is a huge advantage. By blocking off an opponent's piece, you make it useless, making you, in a sense, one move ahead. This can be easily done if your opponent places a piece next to yours. Then you can stack up. Your opponent probably won't want to get boxed in, even if they're a beginner. They will most likely pillar up too. Then you can pillar up once more, and they are forced to go on top of your stack. Then you can put your own piece on theirs, and their 2 pieces are completely useless, getting you 2 moves ahead. The center column is the best column for doing this, seeing as your opponent pieces have no way to make Connect 4. Number 5. Mathematical strategies. Some chess grandmasters can see 10 moves ahead and make their moves off knowing the future. But because of Connect 4's gravity, and because the board is made of a rectangle, we can predict who will win almost any game by simply using math. You see, each column is 6 slots high. So if I were to start, and then you were to go on top of my piece, and I were to go on top of yours until we're at the top, it would be my turn next. We know this because 6 is an even number, and I would be forced to move. If you've played enough skilled players, you'll notice that usually the game will end with there being 1 or 2 trapped so-called alleyways, with walls of pieces on either side. And eventually one person is forced to go, and the other person will win. Using our even column force example, we can determine who will be forced to go. If the alleyway is an even number of empty slots, then the first player to go will be forced to go. But if the alleyway is an odd number, then the second person to go will be forced to go. So how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? If you're the first person to go, try to make any alleyways that occur odd. And if you're the second player, try to make them even, so the first player will be forced to go. If you can choose who will go first, it depends on your playing style. If you are playing a beginner, or your playing style is to go for double traps, going first is far better, seeing as the beginner will most likely not get to the end game. But if you are playing an intermediate player or better, or just your playing style is defensive, going second will give you an advantage, seeing as the first player needs to make an odd number of odd alleyways to win, because an odd number plus an odd number always equals an even number. Therefore, they will be forced to go. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Only subscribe if you want to see my content on your YouTube recommendation page, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.